Recently it just became so hard to actually apply for jobs. And I find it very, very challenging to keep track as of to who you spoke to, what company you spoke to, and what was the initial conversation about. And it's hard to keep track of each and every company that you've applied to. And you apply and apply and apply, and you get these responses at the same time. You just get lost as to what company should you apply to next. And you end up applying to the same company all over again. And it becomes very frustrating. And I know this because I've been there. I've been applying to companies. I've tried numerous ways of getting in touch to people. I've spoken to thousands and thousands of potential employers, managers, hiring managers, recruiters, HR people. You can name it, right? And I remember there was this time where I spoke to someone and they were like, did I not talk to you the last time? And, you just don't really understand how hard it is to keep track of each and everything. So in today's video, we will be building a tool to kind of help keep track of the application processes, like where are you currently at your application, who did you speak to, what company did you apply to, and what's next. Have somewhere where you can write down your notes. And we'll be building this tool using JavaScript, React, and Node.js. So stay tuned as we dive a bit deeper into building this tool, deploying it, and making it publicly available to test out. And also, if you are a developer yourself, feel free, I will leave the GitHub link down below so you can also just contribute where you can and just make this app a little bit more user-friendly. So I think we should actually start off with the wireframe and see how we can actually work with this, have sort of like a guideline for what our website is going to look like, because it's very much important. So first things first, what I need is a way to see what is actually happening. So maybe if we can sort of like have a rectangle here, which is going to show us the total, maybe like, show us the amount of applications that we have in total. And if we can have another one here, which will show us how many is pending. Okay, so this is just a wireframe. And if we can have another one here, which will show us how many is rejected, like maybe 3. And if we can have another one here, which will show us how many is approved or interviewed, maybe we have 5 of those. And down here, if we can have a list of different I think down here, if we can have a list of different applications, like maybe a job title here and the business, the type of contact, email, phone number, or whatever the case might be. I think this would be a great wireframe. And also, if we can click on the total, it should take us to a table where we can see the initial total table that will see everything that have been inputted, the type of company we've applied to, the people we've spoken to. We should see like everything listed there. And we should be able to delete and to update certain things. Like maybe for an example, if we have applied to a particular company, we should be able to update and say, okay, now we have changes. We are now going to an interview, or we have been rejected, or whatever the case might be. So this is a great thumbnail, not thumbnail, sorry. This is a great wireframe for us to work on. So now let's just jump into the code and build this project real quick. Right. So what actually happened is I built this using React and Node, right? So Node.js with Express, of course, and for the back end, for like the database, I used SQLite because it's just a quick demonstration. So what I did is for the front end, let me show you real quickly. For everything that I did, we have a dashboard which will handle each and every aspect, and we have a form which we will have to edit things. Like maybe if you want to update certain element, you can come to this form and you'll update, which I'll showcase to you after here. And for the register, we actually used a interesting middle person sort of thing, which is called Axios, right? It's right here. So Axios is where we communicate with the back end to the front end. And this is how we were able to communicate via a API. And we just have a simple email and password for now. Nothing fancy. And this is basically the entire thing, right? So what happened is, let me close right here real quickly. We have our routes, which is the private routes. So basically what this means if you are not logged in, then we can't let you go see the initial page, right? Basically. Let's just jump there real quickly and show you, right? So right here, this is like our login screen. As you can see, welcome back. Whatever your name is, this will update dynamically. And we have a sign up and we have a sign in. So you can just come here and sign up, and after you're done signing up, you can sign in, and you can just log in right here. If this means our database is not running. Let me see. Let's start our project real quickly. So first npm run dev. So this will start our React, and we should also start our backend. Npm start. So this will start both our backend and front end. So we should get into our backend and start it from there. And let's see, any errors? No errors. All right, so now we should be able to log in, sign in, and voila. As you can see, I've already created the thing, right? So this is the initial dashboard. You can see we have pending, we have interviews, we have accepted, we have rejected. We have each and everything here. Add application, which is where you're going to click when you want to add a particular application. Like maybe you've just been on a phone call with a potential recruiter. You can just click here and you will be directed to the page where you can enter the company name. Maybe you were contacted by, I don't know, AWS, and the contact person, maybe it's Miles, about the company. You can just say it's a cloud based company, and the job title, like what are you actually applying for, and you can just say cloud dev. And if you have any optional notes, this is not required. As you can see, you can just add your notes, and the contact number, whatever their numbers are, you can just add it here. Okay, and their email, which is very important. You can just put in their email, whatever the email is, and the current status, right? So if you have an offer, if you are pending, if you have been rejected, if you have an interview, just select what you currently are, right? Your current status. So let's say, for an example, we are still pending to get a response from Miles, and we can just submit this. So your application has been added successfully, right? And when you go back to our home page, you can see that, okay, here we have a pending from AWS. We spoke to Miles, and here's his contact number, his email, and what kind of company it is. Now, let's say we want to update our status. We can come here. As you can see, we have one pending, so it has updated dynamically, right? And we can just have, in total, we have two total applications. So we can click here, and as you can see, we have two current ones that have been displayed. All in all, it was 14 or 15 if you like count in a way that as devs count, we count from 0, right? Right, so you can just click here to edit, and it will take us to an edit page, and we can just edit our status to rejected and save changes, and you can see application updated successfully, and voila, it has been rejected. Let's go back, and it should say rejected right here. So this is the initial, or like the kind of setup that I kind of quickly made. So this project will be available on my GitHub, and it will be a open contribution. So if you want to contribute and help make this actually to become a real tool where people can use, or like we have ideas of how we can make this actually work, please do feel free to contact me or send me a text or whatever it is, and we will see how we can actually make this a real tool.